people are just nothing but a small fragmented mind with a mouth. Roundabout south where the shit goes. Everybody knows this ego elopes with no one on coaches. I don't hear it when they say it cause I don't listen. I don't really want to.
Hi, welcome back to Scentuality. Today I'm going to touch back on the theme of incense. I shared a formula not so long ago, and I guess it was a fair, what's the right word? Approximation is the word I normally use. Somebody corrected me on another video, and interpretation was the word they used. Interpretation, approximation, whatever. Basically, of Nag Champa. So yeah, I kind of made a one that was a little bit more complex, kind of smells the same, it has a lot of the same molecules. I added some to it, but I added a smoky note in there, so it's definitely a little bit more smoky. And I also added a sandalwood note in the way of Yavanol, but the thing is, I meant to add Yavanol diluted in a 10% dilution. I mistakenly added Yavanol at 100% full concentration, and yeah, it kind of works though, you know, that Yavanol note is not out of place in that perfume. But yeah, I mean, you could just use it as an accord, but it doesn't not work. But yeah, normally you use Yavanol in a 10% dilution. Anyway, I'm going to start with the formula, and these oils are in no particular order. I will say what I did was I started again with a formula on from the web, and I just, you know, substituted some things and added some things to it. So I added 2 drops of bourginol, I added 7 drops of Yavanol, I added 10 drops of Cedramber, I added 7 drops of a French Rose Accord, I added 5 drops of a jasmine base, I added 5 drops of Padma. Padma has this really lovely green stem aroma. I added 8 drops of ylang ylang, 2 drops of benzyl acetate, I added 2 drops of a labdanum resinoid, I added 3 drops of veramos, 2 drops of frankincense, 4 drops of hedione, 8 drops of iso-E super, I added 7 drops of methyl cinnamate, I added 4 drops of borneol, 5 drops of hexyl cinnamic aldehyde, I added 2 drops of musk-xyol, 1 drop of ethylene brassylate, 6 drops of bergamot, 5 drops of cardamom, I added 4 drops of a frangipani base from the Perfumer's World, 3 drops of the saffron fluorescence from the Perfumer's World, 6 drops of a linalool based basil, I added 4 drops of Tiru balsam, 6 drops of a Thai Sumeda incense tincture, I added 4 drops of a red saffron infusion, also from the Perfumer's World, I added 1 drop of Hair Absolute, 1 drop of guaiacol, and that's the smoky note. In hindsight, I probably would have diluted this to 10%. I think that's a lot more usable, you know, in terms of subtlety, but it's very obvious that I have it in there. But there's something I really like about it. Kind of reminds me of Eugenol. It's very potent. It's there. It lets you know that it's there. But if you like it, it's not unpleasant. For me, it's something that I keep going back time after time and smelling it. Because I'm really addicted to the smell. It's really pleasurable. So I've got 1 drop of that. I have 2 drops of Peru balsam, and I have 2 drops of vanillin. Now this one, as I said, is a lot more complex. It's a lot more diffusive. It's also smoky. I also made it a little bit more woody in the base, but it's essentially the same sort of smell. But you know, if you put them side by side, you've got one quite simplistic, more floral type of an incense, and then this one, it adds some other elements like smoke and wood. So that's all I've got time for today. I'll be back shortly with another one. Again, have fun over the Christmas holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, who cares? Have fun anyway. Have fun making perfume, and I'll be back shortly.